Now to start adding objects in here, we're going to make sure that everything we add lines up to that little point right there. So for example, if I want to add a door, I can put that right over here on this side. And the very first thing I'm going to do is decide how tall I want my door to be. So I just want to make sure that this is totally straight. So I'm actually just going to put this right up against this line. And from the floor, so this line right here, I'm just going to draw a line up however tall I want that door to be. So it's just a straight line going up. Then to make the top of this door, I'm going to connect this dot with the line I just drew, the very top. So I want to make sure that they are lined up completely. And once they're totally lined up, then I can put my pencil right here at the top of the door and decide how wide I want that door to be. And it's up to you how wide you want it to be. Mine's going to be about that wide. And then the only thing left to do with that door is to draw my line going down. Again, I want this to be a straight line, not crooked, because then it'll look a little bit strange. And it won't quite look like it's in proportion. So I'm going to put this right about here, draw my line down, erase whatever's overlapping there. I could even add a little door handle here by putting a little oval with a little rectangle attached to it. And now it looks like that door is sort of going back into space. Now, the rule for lining everything up with that dot only applies to these four walls. If I wanted to add a window or a poster or something on this wall, then we do not have to line it up with this dot. So for example, if I wanted to add a window, I can just do that a regular square window if it's inside this box. So I can just do a line going this way. I'm going to try to make sure it's as straight as possible. Put a line coming up this way and then across this way. Erase any lines that overlap. And you can see that this is just a regular square. I didn't have to line anything up with this. Anything inside this square, we can just do the regular way that we see it. We don't need to use that line there. So I'm just going to make it look like there's some hills back here and a tree, maybe, if you're looking out this window. Okay, now if I wanted to add something like a bed, and the very first line I'm going to do is actually just going to be a horizontal line, one that goes across this way. So I can just use my ruler. I can actually even just line it up with the bottom line right here and then decide how wide I want the bed to be. And now I just have that little line sticking out right there. And then to make the end of, or the sides of the bed here, that's where that dot comes in handy again. So in order to make that line, I'm going to put my pencil right here. That's where I'm going to start and line it up with that dot. So once this is touching both of those things, then I can go from the corner of the bed out this way. I can also do the same thing right here to create the other side of the top of that bed. So I'm going to line this up with the top of that right here. That's the end. And I'm just going to draw another line going this way. So that's sort of a thin bed there. But I also need the sides of the bed. So what I'm going to do is from this corner, I'm going to draw a straight line down to the floor. And then from the floor, I'm also going to connect it to this dot to do the very bottom of my bed. So I'm going to connect this to the bottom of that line where it touches the floor. And from the floor, I'm going to bring it this way. So now it sort of looks like it sticks out a little bit. All right, and then once I have this, I can go ahead and erase the lines inside that I don't need anymore. Like this. Now, if I were just doing this myself, I would have drawn a lot lighter with my pencil so I could erase it, but you guys can't see it well if I draw too lightly. Once we have something like this, we can add whatever details we want to. You can put a bedpost on the end of this, or a bed frame. You could put a pillow on top, whatever shape you want for your pillow, and then erase the lines inside so you can add your details there. Now, anything that you add, again, that is anywhere in one of these four walls, you're going to have to line it up to here. So I'm just going to show one more thing. I'm going to add a window over here, and then you guys can just sort of play around with it. So if I want to add a window here, just like with the door, I do my straight line that goes up first. So maybe I would have it be about that long. And then this line and this line are going to have to line up to that dot. So I'm going to take my dot, put it in line with the bottom of this, and decide how long I want my window. And then do the same thing on top. I'm going to line it up to that dot, and then put my pencil down here and draw a line over. Then I can just connect the two with a straight line. If I just connected these lines right here, it'd be a little bit crooked. Your lines that go up and down, the vertical lines, you always want them to be straight. So I'd rather just draw a straight line down and then erase anything that I have left over there. So that's the basics to it. You can go ahead and add whatever other kinds of details you want to your picture after that.